Hello my friends, welcome back to the channel, Gyro here. Today we are once again bracing the Heroic Vision of Orgrimmar on my other alt. It's a Death Knight, Unholy Death Knight, ilevel 430, very casual, no corruption level. Cloak, please mind you, this is the main thing, Cloak Rank 1. It is rank 1, I'm on the first mission from Wrathion to go and get that item that upgrades the cloak to rank 2. That is it. So I am going to attempt 2 targets, not just 1 target, not just going straight for that initial quest that he sets. I'm looking here at the map and I'm thinking whether I'll go to the drag or whether I'll go to the Valley of Spirits, and I decide on the Valley of Spirits, as you will see very shortly. I didn't show you only the Mother's Archives. Once again, you see Cloak is rank 1. I didn't show you Mother's Archives, but you will just have to take my word for it. All I have is this orb and the first rank of damage reduction by 5% and damage increase by 5%. The very first talent you get as a solo adventurer in Horrific Visions. If you are, unlocked your orb, that's the very first thing that basically makes you viable. But what I'd like you to pay attention to, and why I think that this is insightful for any casual Death Knights or any people who are starting their journey in Horrific Visions, it is the insane damage per second and generally insane performance, generally undergeared with the lowest possible cloak rank Death Knight is putting out. As you will see, and if you are familiar with this channel already, guys, lately I've been only doing Horrific Visions, yes, but it's not the intent. I am a World of Warcraft player and occasionally a mobile player, now more and more World of Warcraft. So you will see that I play on different characters, on different classes. I do not claim to be a master of many, classes. I do have them reasonably geared for casual level, for a person who doesn't do Mythic Plus, doesn't do any normal raiding or above. I do LFR and I do casual content available to you and your grandma. So if this is your type of content and mainly that's what you engaged in, there is absolutely no reason for you not to support this channel and not to subscribe right now for more videos similar to this one. And I'll do my very best to continue being very consistent and bringing you more videos all the time. Now see what I've done here. I moved straight past the Khan and I did not just stop here to kill the blueies. I am very conscious of my sanity and I'm going to the other side of the barrier here because the drain of your sanity on this side of the barrier, in case you haven't figured it out by now, is lower than if I step over that red line, okay? I do get a little bit of problems here because this guy is a bit annoying, the big tentacle guy. He is knocking me about and my positioning is not perfect, okay? But I was pretty nervous. You can see that my sanity is pretty low right now, kind of getting into the lower range. And all these bugs that are overlaying my UI, you see those on the edges of the screen? Those ones that are supposed to be the extra mechanic. Generally they're a joke compared to what we had to experience in Stormwind. They are not a problem, but it kind of all gets to you a little bit in the moment, especially if you know your cloak is only rank 1, your damage is not particularly buffed, nothing is happening, so please don't try and compare this to fully buffed Mother's Archives, talents that somebody might be doing, and the content people push on 450 plus characters, eye levels. This is very different, okay? Okay, after this possibly unnecessary disclaimer, we are proceeding through the Valley of Spirits. You can see that I made it. I made it there when I needed to, kind of killing that guy. I had enough time. I'm pulling 2 groups here. I'm pulling the group from the second totem and the first one because I know that I'll be able to, with Festering Strike and then doing just the usual very dumb rotation of putting the Festering Strike out and then doing insane amount of AoE and using the Death Strike on cooldown as well in order to keep my health up. I played Death Knight before, but I played mostly Blood and I played Frost ages ago when I used to raid, ages ago, 5 years ago, okay? So Unholy was never really... I tried it maybe once, figured out that it was confusing or whatever. There was pet management involved and in a lot more difficult way than let's say a hunter or demon or the demonology warlock allows us to. Anyway, point is, I wasn't proficient and still am not very proficient with Unholy Death Knight, but this experiment that I put together for my own fun and for the growth of this channel really impressed me with how well Unholy Death Knight performs in Horrific Visions under pressure, as long as you are not completely dumb and as long as you have some rough idea of what to do, how to optimize your path, and that's what these videos are trying to bring to you guys. So I didn't pull these two dudes straight away. I wanted to see how well I do with this little trash group protecting the totem, the last totem, and my intent was to kill them. Then as I saw that it's going okay, now I pulled one of these two dudes who are linked. They come over as well. I'm obviously using all my things on cooldown, so this is the kind of stuff, if you're really into dissecting the videos, you're most welcome to slow it down and look a little bit closer. It's a little harder for me to really, in the moment when I pressed a certain button, to point it out to you, and it's a little bit of an overhead for me to create those overlays and labels and arrows pointing at different elements of the UI. If you would like that, and if that would help you in particular moments, please let me know in the comments down below. I welcome your feedback as always. It's not just some sort of a dump of stuff onto you. The intent is to make it useful for you guys. So I was always intending to use my second orb before this boss. I'll be honest with you, what you're about to see, comparing to other characters that I've done this boss on, it seemed easier than I thought it's gonna be, considering the rank 1 cloak. 430 is okay, 430 is an okay item level. I'm not gonna say that it's super low or very undergeared or whatever, but yeah, it's nothing to seriously write home about, come on. And you know, he's silencing me, so you need to step into those golden circles with the orbs, and you need to dodge the waves. You don't want to be silenced again. But really, just mash, 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 as long as you stick to the original rotation. I didn't find this guy being menacing at all. To be honest with you, the annoying tentacle guy on the stairs, on that slope initially, I think caused me more trouble than this guy. And possibly I didn't tackle him that well, but I thought that it was worth it because I needed to be outside of that sanity draining area, and I think it may be, well, to be checked. Perhaps let me know in the comments down below if it's not the case for you guys. I think that saved me some time. Because I knew that I'm not hitting any other areas of the city, I'm just once again showing you that Cloak is rank 1. I'm showing to you what kind of talents I'm running in case you're going to try and replicate this. I'm not an expert, very, very casual again, yeah, but it worked well, and this is the main thing that I'm kind of sharing with you guys here. So I'm going to recharge here to make sure I meet Thrall with all the glory, with all the glory of me being ready to fight him. And Thrall, again, I spoke with my people in the comments to another video. Tell me what you think about this, but I think Thrall, as Orgrimmar in general, it's not a pushover, but it is easier than Stormwind. It's much easier than Stormwind. Stormwind is a nightmare, especially Trade District, and I haven't even tried any masks because none of my characters are particularly geared. So yeah, I think this was highly enjoyable for me. Now, a little preview, pre-announcement, so subscribe for another video that's coming up shortly, tomorrow possibly. I release videos these days every couple of days, sometimes more often than that. What I also have recorded, and I'm going to add some narration to this and post the video shortly, is my Paladin alt, who is a little less geared than this Death Knight, but he is also not naked running around in undies, but he is also casually geared, should be okay, or at the very least I would say it should be, on paper, comparable with this guy. I'm not comparing him with my main Death Knight, who is a little ahead and generally feels more solid at his 435, yeah? Even five levels up, but his cloak is higher level and generally he feels more solid, okay? But that Paladin was an interesting experience, so I encourage you to subscribe to show your support and interest if you are interested in this, and I'm going to share with you both my opinion on Protection Paladin at this casual level in Horrific Vision. Even if we are not aiming at the extra bosses, we are going to just go for Thrall. We're just gonna go for the chest straight away, but I'm just gonna share my feelings about this, how it feels, so that you have an idea and you can also plan your life accordingly. So yes, Protection and Retribution, I'm gonna show you both, yeah? So that is something that's coming to you very shortly. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and thank you if you have. I do appreciate all of you. Welcome, by the way. I should have said that at the beginning. Welcome to the club. I'll see you next time.